not tapping the mic. You want to ask the question?
Oh, am I asking the question again?
Okay, I can ask the question.
I can be really cute and really funny and talk to you.
All right, cool.
Can I spill?
Spill!
I mean, I'm just here to like throw with ketchup on some eggs. What do you mean I didn't get a job?
Hey, podcast kittens, it's Cathy Cat and...
Ladybeard coming at you with another introduction to the show that's not cute enough for Cathy Cat installment of Cat with Beard! Just now, she's like, with the introduction, make it cuter, because we're here talking about maids and we're really cute. So
Well,
maybe,
you said
maybe don't say
toenails last
toenailing
time.
or ear picking or one of your usual
We have
assortments.
cute maids here. We got to adapt it to the moi moi world.
Welcome to another Cathy Cat Ichime Narenuing installment of Cat with Beard!
Yes,
Just say Cathy Cat
this is what you sign yourself up for if you're doing a podcast with a German. Wir structured.
You love the
We're doing
German
things.
line.
Yes.
The German line is
Yes.
your favourite line.
Yes. This is where we're going to bring all the structure
If
in.
you're doing a podcast with an Aussie,
Get ready for
no
some
one
swearing.
cares at all. We don't even know what we're doing with this podcast. We just came here to have a beer. That's the reason we
All
came.
of that. Okay, so we have wonderful guests here. Please introduce
does.
yourself, dear guests.
Hi everyone, I'm TomoNyan and I'm a cosplayer and dancer in Japan, and I used to work in a very famous Maid Cafe in Akihabara.
Woohoo!
And yourself, my friend.
Hello, senpais of the internet. My name is Luna, and you can find me at Afilia Chronicle S in Akihabara.
Yay! Thank you very much for coming, ladies. It's lovely to
Thank you
see
for
you both.
having us.
So, on our last episode, we dived deep onto TomoNyan's Maid Cafe experience. Both these ladies have worked at Maid Cafes. One of them currently still works at the Maid Cafe.
Yep.
As we went deep dive on TomoNyan's Cafe, it was quite the traditional kind of style of Maid Cafe. There was a lot of omelets and rice and moi moi Q, magic on food, and rules. Plenty of that. This episode, we're going to go for a bit of a deep dive on Luna's current place of employment. It's a little bit more, less conventional, you would say, I suppose.
Yes, it's more like a different concept.
Yeah.
Right?
But before we get to that, just tell us a little bit about yourselves as individuals and where you're from and what you're doing in Japan and then how you got to the Maid Cafe in the first place.
Do you want to go first?
Okay, so I'm originally from Poland. I came to Japan because I wanted to be an idol. Yeah, and when, I ended up working in a Maid Cafe when I came for as an exchange student. The reason I wanted to work in Maid Cafe, so I think everybody has this image of a Maid Cafe that there are cute girls doing drawings with a ketchup on the omelette. So that's exactly what I wanted to do. I thought, I want to wear a cute dress and I want to do drawings on the omelette with a ketchup. So that's why I signed up.
All right, omelette. So you wanted to do not the dancing, not the singing, but the drawing of the omelette.
Who moved to Japan to be an idol and then said, put up my hand for drawing on an omelette with ketchup. These things seem a little bit incongruent.
I mean, they're surprisingly close to each other because
Yes.
maids are very close to being idols,
Yes.
almost. I mean, in
true.
concept and how, in regards to how people see us.
And the way you need
Yes.
to live and behave and all that
Yeah.
kind of thing. Oh,
Yes.
okay. Thank you, Tomo. And yourself, Luna, where you from? Tell us your story.
I am from Romania and this is my third year in Japan. And yeah, I work in Afilia. This is actually my second maid cafe that I work at.
Oh, wow.
I have worked at another one in my previous life. That's what we call it in the maid world. It's Zense.
Previous life.
Yeah.
You've been reborn. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we call it in the maid world. Yeah, and funnily enough, I was a weeb, as all of us at this table, I suppose, were as kids. But I actually used to find maid cafes really cringe, and I used to hate. I used to think I would never work in a maid cafe.
It's not what I expected. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
what changed
I
your
was like
mind?
the opposite. And then I came to Japan because I'm currently a student, and I wanted a part-time job, but a lot of places, even for part-time jobs, wouldn't hire you if you have colored hair or nails or piercings and stuff. Then you have to wear certain ugly uniforms. And I'm actually into idols. So one of the idols that I really like, I found out that she used to work in a maid cafe. So I was like, well, if she could do it, then I guess I can do it.
Oh,
So that's how I got, and now I'm obsessed with it and I love maid cafes, but yeah.
Right, so you were just going for a job of any kind to pay
Yeah.
the bills. You weren't specifically saying, I want to be an idol or something like that.
Yeah.
Wow, but hang on, but so you came to Japan for what purpose?
Just to study.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Understood. Okay, so Tomo had a dream of being an idol that draws things with ketchup.
Yes.
And you just
I
needed
just
some
wanted
cash.
money.
I love
You
it.
just wanted to take a shower with hot water for once. In the winter, the frost was killing you. All right, fair enough.
It sounds very anime as well because you're like, oh no, it's cringe. I'm not going to wait in the cafe.
Yeah.
But for random fun reason, it just happens that you have to work in a maid cafe.
It does sound very anime, doesn't it?
It does.
You have no other option. This maid cafe I'm not happy about. All right,
That's tsundere character. Yeah.
That is a good point. That's a very kind of manga story.
almost
isn't it?
a trope.
Great
Yeah.
way to put it. Yeah, thank
Yeah, well, we
you.
should make an anime about you. That sounds perfect.
Please do.
Fantastic,
Please,
yeah.
someone do it, please.
Okay, so the cafe that you work at, Afilia.
Yep.
So now that's a concept cafe.
Yeah, we call it that. I mean, structurally, it's basically a maid cafe, and maid cafe is what I will call it to English-speaking customers. But it is a concept cafe because we are not maids. So Afilia is an entire world. It's a medieval, fantastical world where everyone people are witches and wizards, and there's a bunch of locations. We actually have a map and like an image of a map, and during our trainee days, we have to remember all the places on the map. So yeah, we have different locations and we have different stores in different cities and stuff. So basically, we are all the cast members. We are students at the Afilia School of Magic. We're all first-year students, and all the customers are our senpai. So you have all actually already graduated the Afilia School of Magic.
Wow.
Yeah, and are really powerful witches and wizards. And basically, we are just helping out. We call it we don't call it shukin. So actually how you say you work.
Yeah.
Like a job. We say otetsudai, we're just helping out at the restaurants, basically.
Wow,
Yeah.
really?
So it's a whole setting of a magical
It's
world.
a whole, we have a lot of stories and places and a map and songs and idols and
Okay.
So your customers, therefore, they already have a high level of magical ability.
yes, that's why they're our senpais.
So take us through the process of coming to your cafe.
Yes.
Take us through we went through Tomo's last time. Take us through yours.
Diddle-diddle-ding. We are coming in.
Okay. いらっしゃいませ先輩。オリスアフィリアクロニクルです。ようこそ。いらっしゃいませ先輩。Is what we
Thanks.
say.
Oh, we're senpai, so we're not master or princess. We are
No.
actually your
senpai.
like a
senior. You're
student.
superior.
Senior, yes. Yeah, basically. Upperclassmen, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Basically, and we will explain the process for first-timers. We also have a story that we have to remember and explain. And yeah, we just present this story and then we take your order. And that's
What's
about it.
your story?
Yeah.
The story is what I just said before. So basically, Afilia is a world of magic. Everyone
I
has
see.
magical powers. And
Okay, so it's not-
our senpai.
I see. So you have to explain the world
The
to
setting,
everyone.
so people
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
get
yeah.
confused.
Yeah.
All right. So then you plonk them down at a table somewhere.
Yeah.
What happens next?
Well, we take the order, and sometimes because this is a magical world, we have drinks and foods which require magic spells, and they actually change. So we have some pasta dishes that come in these tiny cauldrons, and you have to do a magic spell, and smoke comes out.
that sounds awesome.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
have a color-changing tea, and
Oh,
then
sounds
a
lovely.
lot of really fun magic stuff.
But hang on now. When I want to get a color-changing tea or a thingamajig in a cauldron, can I order one color-changing tea,
No.
please? Or I do a shower, something,
Yeah,
something.
cola is black magician, for example.
Black magician?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, we all have different names for everything. Yeah.
Okay.
So all the food has different
Yeah. most of
settings
it.
as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
cool.
So we know the story. We know that food has different things. Is there and we have magical food, so yours
Yes.
changes colors and stuff.
Yeah, in the drinks. Yeah.
Okay, what else do you have?
When we cast a magic spell, should we do it together? At
Okay.
Afilia,
Whoa.
when we cast a magic spell, we hold our hands like this. This
Oh,
is the magic spell hand position, I guess.
Oh.
And we say together, Afiriru.
Afiriru.
Yeah, so
Move it towards the food.
maybe
or-
towards them.
Oh.
We say together at 3, 1, 2, 3. Afiriru. And this is how we cast magic spells.
Oh, I see.
So that's for get tasty. That's for change color for everything.
Yeah.
It's like a abracadabra.
Yeah. It's basically.
Abracadabra.
Yeah.
Right, okay, all right. And okay, so
Do you have like a? Can I ask? Do you have like a senpai kohai like color change system? Like, does for example, first year or second year student have like a different color or sash or tie or something?
So as the cast, we are eternally first year students. So we can stay your kohais basically. And the senpais, they all get a class card, the regular ones. And based on how many times you come, basically, you can rank up your level. We have around, I think, 13 levels. So yeah, you get a different colored card.
If you move up, does something happen?
You get some discounts.
Hey,
actually,
that's magic.
back in the days, they were a lot stricter with the, I guess, setting of Afilia. I mean, they still are. But I heard that in the past, if you're the top rank senpai, when we would have to say hello to you, because we usually just go like this, but we'd have to get on one knee and salute you like this or something.
whoa.
Apparently, I heard so. I heard from my senpai cast. But
Okay,
I don't
that they
know.
changed that.
Yeah.
No more kneeling down.
No, we're just standing in front of you.
Okay.
and what you're wearing now, is this your uniform from work?
Yes, this is the Afilia uniform. We all, kind of accessorize it a bit, but yeah, so we standardly have to have the shirt and the cape and the corset and the skirt and the katusha and the headband and the ribbon. And then we also always have to have black socks and usually black shoes or brown shoes, I think. I don't know if you had the rule with the shoes too, but
And your blue hair's
allowed.
acceptable.
Yeah, we're allowed. Oh my God. So I'm so lucky because they allow us with colored hair and there's girls with tattoos, obviously with piercings as well. They allow variety, which I really appreciate. Yeah.
I mean, both of you have hair that clearly
We have
has,
hair.
Anime
has
hair.
experienced a color that it did not originally begin as, I would
I mean,
imagine.
how would you know? I'm magical.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
a
we are
magical
magical. It's our
character.
natural hair.
Oh,
I
very
was
good.
born like
All
this.
right.
Sometimes I lie to customers and tell them
Oh, yeah?
Romanians all have blue hair.
Oh, that's a good
And
one.
then they
yeah.
notice.
They're like, yeah.
So what sets your cafe further aside from a normal Maid Cafe? Is there anything else you do differently? The other performances, other games? Is there anything, any other kind of entertainment in there?
It's definitely the magic part, but we actually don't have live performances.
Oh, no show.
Yeah, no, but we have our own idol group. It's called Junjo no Afilia. And actually what I found really interesting is they're wearing the exact same uniforms as the cast. Like you could go into a cafe or with the idols and they have the same ones. Because Afilia, like the concept itself is very much about like being equal and treating everyone nicely and fairly. And
nice.
yeah, so even if cast members get up the ranks, we have so we have the regular cast. We have the trainee cast, the regular cast, which is what I am now. And then we have Yushu Majoko, which is like excellent witch girl.
Excellent witch girl!
And
Excellent
then
witches.
Royaro, which is the royal cast members. But besides like one small badge that the royal get like around here, everyone is wearing the same clothes basically. And also the idols are wearing the same clothes. Yeah.
Wow.
So we're
So
all
they
kind
don't get like a different uniform. Everyone's the same.
Yeah, from the very beginning. Yeah.
Nice.
Which I found really nice.
So there are no dances. Are there any other, like, I guess like the main focus then is then the magical food?
The magical food, and we also take a lot of chekis, especially in my location being Akihabara. Like chekis have been recently such a huge thing all over Japan. I don't know if you're aware of, like, at some point there was a shortage of cheki film.
Oh, there was? Yeah,
That was
yeah.
insane. Like I feel like chekis are like currency right now in Japan in a way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you would know.
Yeah, there was a big supply chain problem.
Yeah.
And we didn't have any checkies. Yeah, to get enough checkies for us to go and do a convention, like poor Shiori had to go walk around like 10 different shops. Because you can
Yeah.
only buy like two
up to
checky
two.
boxes at
Yeah.
each shop. So the poor girl spent like 3 days just getting enough checkies for us to go to work.
When was
Yeah.
that? Like during the pandemic or
Like
before
last
that?
year too, I
Post-pandemic,
think.
wasn't it? Yeah, it was 2022, yeah?
Some
23?
idol companies were like asking the fans to come with their own like checky film so they can have like some benefits, some discounts or something, right?
Yeah, we were...
Like it's insane.
before one of the conventions. That's right. The night before one of the conventions, Shiori calls me up and she's like, "Yo, we don't have enough checkies. I need you to go to Don Quixote." I'm like, "All right." go outside, get on my bicycle, rain starts pouring. Okay, Ladybeard is very upset with this Checky situation. Go to Documentor. We don't have any Checky film. All right, off to the next one. Getting rained on. We don't have any Checky film either. It was horrendous.
It's insane. Yeah. So for basically those at home, so when people come into a Maid Cafe, you are not allowed to take photos of us, the cast
Can't
members.
use your phone or whatever.
Yeah,
The magic will break.
Yeah, the magic will break. You can instead purchase checkies, which are Polaroid photos with us, and usually we get to draw on them and sign on them, and we give that to you. And I think it's a very special, right? Like a very special, like memory sort of thing that you bring. But it's been insane recently. Everyone wants checkies. I guess.
No one's Checkies, really.
So it's like something physical to take home, right? As
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
like-
yeah.
Japanese love that. The Japanese love physical memoirs of the experience.
And there's like
Yeah.
really cute checky like holders now, and they
lots
can
of
have
them.
that as a strap on,
Yeah.
on your bag or like decorate it on the walls, that kind of stuff.
All right, so no show, but you can get a drink that changes colour and a bubbling cauldron and whatnot. So we go through
Yes.
the process. What other entertainment can you provide for us?
I can be really cute and really funny and talk to you.
All right, cool.
You come, so
so
without a game, you'll
conversation,
just
so
come.
Conversation is a big part. Yeah.
Do you have a
Okay.
rule how long you're allowed to talk with people, like so other people won't get jealous?
Yeah, we kind of, well, first of all, unless it's incredibly crowded and we just have to serve, we're supposed to talk to everyone who's in the restaurant. We at least should introduce ourselves or go say hi. And then generally, I think maybe like up to 3 minutes. We shouldn't stay too long with one person just because, yeah, some other people might feel bad and we should go to everyone. But I don't know if it was the same for you. We have a ranking of the importance of the stuff that we need to do because this is a restaurant. So first of all, obviously we have to serve the food and take the orders, and
Make
then
the food.
yeah, and then all the fun Maid Cafe stuff, which is like talking and drawing and all of that.
So number 1 is taking orders. Number 2 is getting out the food and drinks, and number 3 is the entertainment.
Yeah, basically, and cleaning the tables and all of that, and cleaning the tables and all
Actually
of that. So
made
yeah,
duties.
yeah. Actually,
All right, so so thank you for explaining that. It's very interesting to hear the kind of the traditional maid situation versus a more, you insert adjective here, version of the same experience.
So first of all, you both ended up in a Maid Cafe, but what is like the interviewing process and then the training process?
In my case, the interview and like the process was very, very like typical, normal, simple process. I just fill in the form on the website, and they contacted me through the mail and invited me for the interview. And it was group interview, so it was me and about maybe 5 other girls.
Wow.
I remember it was so short. They would ask about 2 or 3 questions to each girl. Everybody was asked why we would like to work in the Maid Cafe, and I remember I didn't even get to elaborate. Like I just thought I wanted to try because it looked cute, and the interview was very short and it finished in a blink of an eye. And they said they will contact us in about max to 5 days, whether we passed it or not. And after 2 days, I got a mail that I passed it. So it was just like
Easy.
easy.
Happy days.
Yeah, good. Okay, that was your interviewing process. How was yours?
the exact opposite. I actually applied to a lot of different places and I got rejected from a lot of different places. Yeah. Afilia was my last resort, actually. I was like, if I'm not going to get accepted by them, I'm going to quit.
It's like you're trying to get a job in an investment bank. Wow.
Honestly, like I'm just here to throw it ketchup on some eggs. What do you mean I didn't get a job?
Do you
With my blue hair, my unemployment, my cold shower, just let me pour ketchup on an egg. Sorry, please.
No. But I would say what's different to other interviews overseas is, when you apply, they usually ask for photos, which is not really a thing they do that often in places overseas.
You get in trouble doing that overseas.
What?
You get in trouble if you do that overseas.
Yeah.
countries you're not
and
allowed
some
to.
countries.
Okay, can I spill? Okay. I've been to, I think, I applied to so many places. And I've been to a bunch of different interviews. So this applies to a bunch of the places that I applied for. So they will ask, they will ask for a portrait photo. They will ask for a full body photo. That's a standard. Some places will ask for the 3 measurements. So the bust and waist and hips. Some places you go to the interview and they will ask if you have any tattoos or piercings because they don't allow that. Some places will ask, because I have been asked that, they will ask, do you have a boyfriend? Do you smoke? And then some places will ask if you have any like scars and stuff like that too. So a lot of very like personal questions which have nothing to do, with the job, I would say, but in a way they do. So yeah, and they will also take photos of you usually at the end of the interview.
Okay.
You didn't get that kind of...
No, not at all.
Guess it sounds almost like the maid world has gone a little bit stricter since you worked in the maid world.
Actually, recently I checked out of the Maid Cafe I used to work, and actually they also got more strict than they used to be. For example, they were okay with piercings and tattoos, but now they are not okay with tattoos anymore. I'm not sure about the piercings.
Okay. Do you think the reason because you have piercings and because you dye your hair might have been a reason where other places didn't give you a chance?
I mean, I might just not be cute enough for them. I don't know.
Oh, you're adorable.
Which is okay, everyone has different. Thank you. I'm just happy with how things ended up in the end. And also I've been to some weird interviews, so I was more on the like, I'm happy they didn't accept me. Like, I don't want them to ever contact me again. I've been in some shady places.
Really?
Like
The clown cafe? Dressed as a clown?
Okay, so for
Very shady.
context for the people at home, basically throughout the years, there's been this huge increase in maid cafes and concept cafes and bars and also shady places and black places, like black buraku is what they would call it in Japan, right?
Extortion kind of.
Yeah. So unless you do your research really well, you might end up in a weird situation. So one thing that I noticed is a lot of my friends have been like, well, Luna, you're doing this and it seems so fun, and it is. But you really have to be careful as a foreigner coming to Japan and trying to get to one of those places. Like, you really have to aim for the really like good companies, basically. Yeah, because you might end up in a weird place.
Dodge City.
Yeah, I
I mean,
up some
the more
dodgy places.
stores are going to open, there's going to be someone shady who hopes to like hop on the trend and just make money with cute girls and outfits, I guess. So
Yeah.
I've been warned as well to be careful with like that as well. If I go and take a YouTube video, I can't go to a lot of the concept cafes because some of them have apparently a shady image. So
Yeah. You should go for the ones with history, and we're really lucky we ended up at the established ones. Yeah.
So then once you got your job, tell us about the training process of going from off the street to full-fledged magic student / fairy.
Okay, so about the training, I think I mentioned it in the previous episode. But yeah, we have a training, and first of all, they give you a huge manual. It's everything in Japanese, of course. So I spend a lot of time trying to understand what's actually written there.
oh, like a huge manual to read through.
Read through about the rules, manners. We also got literally like the picture of the like how maid should ideally look. For example, we have those parts of the outfit, we cannot forget them. For example, Katyusha or even like high socks. We can choose whichever color we want, but we are supposed to wear high socks. We can't have like bare legs. So
God
it was
forbid we show some knee over here, right? Scandalous. Gotta cover those knees.
yes. So there's like list of the accessories like things we should always carry with us, things we are supposed to wear, rules. I'm going to say it over and over again, but there are so many rules. So many rules. I could talk for hours about it.
Well, I think we can focus on that in the next episode. It looks like we have some makeup rules coming
let's
up.
talk about that.
So many funny rules.
So, okay, so you read through the manual.
Yes, and also they send us videos. They're on YouTube, but they are not visible for people without the link. So they have they have collection of videos where senpai maids show us what we are supposed to do. When there is the description of the menu,
They have maid training videos.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
That's amazing. It's like, oh, hey, good kids, this is how you do it right. It's like, hey, good maids, this is how you do it right.
Welcome to the Maid
Training videos
Academia.
somewhere hidden online. I love this.
I imagine like a kind of a 1960s black and white. Don't forget to stop, drop, and roll in your maid costume. You know?
that's kind of true. Like imagine there's this office. They sometimes had the videos in the Maid Cafe, but the company also has an office. So there's office and there's the senpai maid in maid clothes, and they just show us what we are supposed to do. When there's the description of the menu, there are not only words, but there are also some gestures we are supposed to use. So they show us the gestures, and I would just like read the description, the lines, and just follow the gestures. And then you go for the test, and you just have to redo everything you learned. And there's just this simulation, and one of the managers or senpais pretends to be the customer, and you just do the whole simulation of showing them around for the first time in the cafe, of taking their order and taking the payment and saying bye-bye. Yeah.
And what about when it comes to drawing things with ketchup?
Yes, we didn't get to practice drawing with ketchup. I think it would be, too much cost. So they just told us if we want to practice, we can do it at home. But we had to practice drawing on the photos, because we have the photos, Polaroid photos, which we give to people if they purchase it. And there are different rules. And like the basic rule is that the people with the lowest rank, because there are ranks for the customers, just get the date and their name written on it. So there's this rule like 10 seconds. So we were practicing and they were checking with the timer. And if you can't make it on time, they're like, do it one more time, do it one more time.
With a timer.
Yes.
Faster! Oh my gosh, she sees somebody!
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's it.
Your training process. Okay. Congratulations.
I remember one more thing. Well, we have uniforms, and there's one specific way of like making our bow. So they tell us the way of tidying it up, and
Love that.
and it's like we can't do it any other way, because the bow won't have the exact shape they want.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Everyone at this table
Yeah,
agrees
actually,
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's
a bit like Lolita
very
fashion.
helpful. Yeah, it's very helpful and like functional thing. But I'm amazed that they actually come up with the idea how, and especially we are supposed to change into our clothes by ourselves. So they came up with the idea how we can do it by ourselves and still make the bow very cute. And yeah, they pay a lot of attention to the details. So, for example, if your bow isn't cute enough, your senpai will tell you, and usually they just make it cuter for you. Or if your katyusha is like, it's like, I don't know, like it's not cute, or it's like in weird shape, they will usually tell you. Or if anything is wrong with you, the senpais are very helpful. They always tell you and help you with like fixing stuff.
And do you get chewed out a lot? Like if you do something wrong, is there a lot of...
Well, if you do something wrong, they are definitely going to point it out to you.
Okay, but they're nice about it, or they're jackasses?
Oh, it depends. But I remember I was in the backyard doing something like fixing my hair, so I had my katyusha off. And then I was called to something like something urgent, or I realized I forgot something. So I went out and went to the changing room without the katyusha, not realizing it. And then I came back to the backyard, and my senpai was there, and she literally just said it. Remember not to go out without your katyusha anymore.
Okay, but there's more rules we're going to talk about in a moment. But before that, what was your training process like?
Your training to be a wizard in training.
Yes. So we also have like a manual which we get when we sign the contract. I was lucky because my teacher, which is what we call our bosses and everyone, so my teacher explained everything, every page to me. And basically, we also have a list of tests that we have to pass in order to not be trainees anymore and to be regular maids. Yeah, so some of the tests include remembering the entire menu and knowing how to do the magic spells and knowing how to, when you open up the store, to close and to clean the tables and everything and the toilets and everything. So stuff like that. Like, yeah, we do clean toilets.
They're not going to clean themselves.
Yeah.
Did you have to clean the toilets?
No.
That kind of breaks the magic a little bit, yeah.
So like the basic restaurant type stuff, and then we also have the lore stuff, so we have to remember the entire Afilia map, which is horrible because no one ever asked me about the Afilia map.
But you can tell
We have an
about it.
Afilia map. I'm complaining about that to our teachers all the time. I'm
A
like,
map of the world.
yeah, it's very
okay.
complex.
Is Romania in there?
No,
Poland in there?
because Afilia is a kingdom.
Magical Kingdom.
Yeah.
So is Romania?
Japan is not there. It's not Nihon, it's Japanesco.
I'm sorry?
Nihon does not exist in Afilia.
Oh,
It's Japanesco.
Oh, I understand. Okay. So you're like, Romanesco!
Romanesco, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have all of that, and basically we have to do them individually and pass. But that comes down to everyone's pacing, I guess. I was really slow because I don't like studying and I'm lazy. So
Didn't you come to Japan to study?
Yes.
But you came to Japan and refused to study.
Good point.
I love
And
it.
I'm also a student witch, basically.
I love it. I love
I
it.
am just here for a good time, honestly. But yeah, so mine took almost a year.
During that time, you are already allowed to work.
Oh, yes,
At the cafe.
absolutely. Everything is the same, but the payment, basically.
Zero payment?
Oh, no, you get a payment.
Okay.
It's just not the standard payment. It's a bit less.
Once you're still in training.
Yeah.
And I guess from as a visitor, it makes us want to support the trainees, right? Go
Yeah.
next time you can remember it. Good luck.
Our
kinda.
senpais are always so kind. So, for example, we have to do a certain drink that is in 3 colors. It goes from blue to green to yellow. So that's really hard. So they will order those drinks specifically. So the maid, so basically the cast, the girl who is a trainee will get to practice more.
Aw.
Yeah, so they're really kind and understanding and they're asking us how is it going? And actually, I was really thankful to a senpai because so I had this image that maid cafes are really strict, right? Which they are, honestly, they still are. But in my small head, in my small witch brain, I thought that if I fail one test, I'm gonna get fired. So I just kept putting off all the tests. Because I was like, I'm definitely gonna fail some of those. I don't want to get fired. I'll be here for 3 months maybe, and then I'll try, and then they'll fire me. So I was talking to a senpai, and he was like, what do you mean? And I said, well, because I'm gonna get fired, right? And he said, no, you're not. You can take it again, right? So yeah.
Oh, your senpai helped you a lot.
Yeah, the senpais and the teachers are really, really kind. So yeah, we have that. But also I heard, so I have friends who are currently in the industry, and I heard there's a maid cafe in which when they're trainees, they have to take a written test and they have to write an essay about what it means to be a maid or something.
Whoa,
So
why?
that's actually, whoa.
Oh, man.
There's some very strict tests there.
Very
Yeah.
academic. My
But I would
goodness.
love that, honestly. Because I feel like that's very subjective. What are they going to do?
alright.
Okay, now we know how to become a maid. But next time we're going to deep dive into the dark side. The rules. The darkness. The deep darkness and the truth behind the Maid Cafe.
Yeah, that's right.
Ism.
The Shade of the Maid.
The Shade of the Maid.
That's a great title.
Yes.
The Shade of the Maid. That'll be the name of this next episode. The Shade of the Maid. The Shade of the Maid. Oh, yeah. This sort of sounds like a metal band, which is good. The Shade of the Maid, which I like. Ladies, tell people where you are on the internet.
Yes, so currently I do cosplay and I dance as a TomoNyan. You can find me on Instagram. It's TomoNyan_cosp. Remember the P at the end.
I was waiting for that.
Tomoyan_cos.
The sandwich microphone
I was going to say, there's, all of us going to pop these microphones. Let's do it one more time with that P all together. Tomoyan_cos. Perfect. All right.
I love that. And I'm also on Twitter. It's Tomo_Nyan_des. So yeah, and you can find me on YouTube if you write.
Jesus Christ, dance! Jesus Christ, dance! Something to do with Christmas? No.
We'll find out.
We have to watch it after this podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
have
do.
to.
We're so watching
Yeah,
that.
it is.
Everyone listening right now is probably going to Google that as we're speaking still.
Yes.
Yourself, my friend?
And yeah, I am Luna_Afilia on all social platforms that people in all magical kingdoms use, basically. So you can follow me there and make sure you check out Afilia Kingdom. We currently have locations in Tokyo, Saitama, and Osaka. So if you're in the area, please come check us out and please come visit me.
All right, Cathy Cat, why don't you take us out?
All right. Well, let's have another moi moi kyun. Oh, what do you say when people leave? Let's use your sign off.
Okay. Senpai no kaeri desu. Arigatou gozaimasu. That's it.
All right. Is that all, Katie?
Can we just say afiririru? Because I think that's cuter.
Okay, let's go for that.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Until next time.
Afiririru. Bye bye.